Good morning, my cute little grandchildren. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you woke up in a good mood and nobody's fighting about anything, but that's not important to me right now. What's important is that you know this is Granny Patty, and I'm getting ready to tell you about lesson 14, which is the Bahamas. I've actually been there, you guys, and had a great time. It's beautiful, 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 including the people, the land, the ocean. You can see all the way to the bottom of the ocean because the ocean is so clean and clear. It's wonderful. So, north of Cuba lies a group of islands known as the Bahamas. This colorful island nation is part of the British Commonwealth with the British monarch as its head of state. Since it is known to be an extremely stable place politically and has a beautiful island atmosphere, it's a popular vacation hotspot. The fact that it is easy and cheap to travel from Florida only increases the appeal of this group of islands. Let's head north to explore the islands of the Bahamas. Already given me an activity break, you guys. Get an atlas or a map. See if you can find the names for several of the islands in the Bahamas. Look up pictures of the different islands. Which one would you most like to visit? Bitter Guana Cay, I think it's actually Guana Cay. Yeah, Bitter Guana Cay is also known as Iguana Island. You may have guessed that the star attraction here is a unique reptile, the northern Bahamian rock iguana. These unique ring-tailed reptiles are generally around 2 feet long, but can grow to be as long as 4 feet during their 40-year lifespan. These brown and pink iguanas generally feed on plants, but can also be seen eating dead creatures on the rocks where they make their home. They do not generally need to drink any water, getting all of their hydration from the plants that they eat. These iguanas reach maturity between 6 and 9 years old and lay up to a dozen eggs in the sand in early June of each year. These eggs feel like leather and remain buried for 3 months in the warm sand. When they hatch, they dig themselves out of the nest to make a home among the rest of their kind on this beautiful island. Actually, they're kind of cute. Let's talk about the land and the animals. With so many islands to discover in the Bahamas, the opportunity for enjoying the beauty of creation is endless. These islands have a variety of different landforms, from limestone hills to expansive beaches. There are no rivers, but some of the large islands have fairly large lakes. The climate here is beautifully warm year-round and contributes to a wondrous variety of plant and animal life. Beautiful Caribbean pine forests are found on some islands, while hardwood forests dominate others. Some islands have a landscape of low trees and shrubs. One thing that binds these islands together and makes them a consistent tourist destination are the glorious white sand beaches and crystal clear water. Wasn't I just telling you about that? The animal life is also varied due to the different habitats on the hundreds of islands. Various kinds of lizards can be found around this nation, along with a variety of frogs. Snakes and bats can also be found in select locations. Another type of animal found here is the agouti, which is a long-legged rodent who makes its home in burrows. These unique creatures are related to guinea pigs. Iguanas, raccoons, flamingos, and other birds are all found in the wilds of this beautiful nation. The waters surrounding these islands teem with life, and the reefs provide habitat for millions of creatures such as sharks and rays, brightly colored fish, as well as conch and spiny lobster, also known as crayfish. Pigs, sheep, horses, and other domesticated animals have been brought here from Europe years ago and can still be found there today. What kind of food comes from the Bahamas? Well, Bahamian food has had several influences to become what it is today. Because of its close proximity to the southern United States, some of the dishes commonly consumed here resemble those of the continental United States. The food here also bears resemblance to many of the other Caribbean nations, mostly due to the common food sources between them. The United States influence can be seen in the presence of grits and many spices similar to those used in southern food. Fresh seafood is also in abundance and a common source of protein amongst most Caribbean islands. Fresh fish and crayfish are often prepared in a variety of ways. Peas and rice are regular side dishes, often cooked with tomato, onion, and salted pork. There are several dishes that are unique to the Bahamas or known as being distinctly Bohemian. The most frequent is conch, a mollusk considered the national dish of the Bahamas. If you don't want to eat one, you should at least consider buying a shell to display when you get home. Conch can be prepared in many ways, from conch salad to cracked conch to conch chowder. There is a way to eat this unique meat for any taste bud. Somewhat surprising, the Bahamas are also known for their baked macaroni and cheese. This side dish contains onions and peppers and is combined with an egg and milk mixture before it is baked to perfection. You guys would probably like that. It is served as an everyday meal or as part of a special holiday feast. The iconic Bahamian drink, switcha, is a lemonade made with lemons and limes. This traditional drink has even been mass-produced and distributed around the islands for those that just don't have time to squeeze lemons and limes themselves. Hang on, I'm changing the page. What's the history and culture of the Bahamas? The many islands of the Bahamas form a gateway from the Atlantic Ocean into the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea. It was on these islands that Christopher Columbus first set foot in the Americas. The original inhabitants of these islands did not survive the colonization that ensued after Columbus's discovery. They were enslaved by the Europeans and did not survive the European diseases they were exposed to. Eventually, the Europeans brought African slaves who are the ancestors of most of the population of the Bahamas today. In the late 17th and early 18th century, the Bahamas became an ideal hideout for the pirates that roamed the Caribbean. The hundreds of islands and isolated hidden spots provided a safe haven for them to count their booty and rest in safety for another day. Some still believe that there are treasures buried on these islands from pirates that never had a chance to recover their spoils. Famous pirates like Blackbeard and Calico Jack sought haven here, among many others. The modern culture of the Bahamas has been largely shaped by Europeans who settled here and the African peoples they brought originally as slaves. Excuse me. These people introduced their love for drum, beats, and all things colorful, and these traditions have stood the test of time. Calypso and reggae music are well-known styles that originated here. Lesser-known music like rake and scrape is also popular here. Rake and scrape is music using goombay drums made with goat skin, concertinas, accordions, and handsaws. Be interesting to hear about that. The extension activity says, look up videos or audio clips of some of these types of music. Which one is your favorite? If your family likes to dance, make up a dance for your favorite song. Ooh, Grandpa would really like to do that, don't you think? All right, hands-on activity. Find a picture of a conch shell and then draw your own. If you know someone with a large shell like this, put it up to your ear. Can you hear the ocean? Did you know conch shells can be used as kind of a horn? Find video or audio of the sound it makes. You guys might remember at our wedding, when your grandpa and I got married, we had a conch shell. I have it in my house, and when you guys come over, I'll let you listen to it if you haven't already. All right, my little chickadees, it's time for you guys to get your notebooks out. Mommy's going to help you and teach you some other good stuff. Please listen to her very quietly and carefully, because this is her number one job to do, other than take care of y'all. Well, this is Granny Patty, and you know what I always say. I will talk to you soon, and Granny Patty loves you. Bye.